What are you looking at? We got another mod here. I decided to, sorry, I have to adjust the glasses, you know. I decided to carry on with these mods. And I think I'm going to include the use of Facecam for now. Perhaps my reactions will be worth seeing. Perhaps. Because I get into this stuff, man. Empathy. My own worst enemy. Of course, I am not perfect. Enter our name, Jawn. Now this one's called the Festival, duh. And ooh, okay, we actually get to experience the festival on this one. So I have no idea what to expect. I haven't seen anything, so we're going in blind. Okay. How are you again, Jawn? It's so great to see you again. It's been a while, hasn't it? I should probably brief you on what's going on. The game has been changed a bit since the last time you were here. What you're about to play takes place after the entirety of what you call Act 1. But I don't want to force you to play through that again, so you have a few options. You can either write poems for me, or you can just answer a few questions about my fellow club members. I need this information to be able to set up the game to be like you actually played it again. So what'll it be? Good question. Choices. Okay, so in order to set up the game properly, I need to know how you would have played through Act 1 so I can set the variables accordingly. I understand completely. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. To start, which one of my fellow club members did you like the most? Besides me, of course. Sorry, the laugh out. It's Yuri for me. Come on. And which one of them did you like the least? I'm sure there's probably a few people backing me up on this, but I'm gonna say Natsuki. Right. If you could choose to spend the weekend with one of the club members and help them prepare for the festival, who would it be? I would choose to help... Yeah, it's Yuri. Sorry. And let's say, hypothetically of course, if Sayuri were to confess her love for you, what would you do? I had trouble picking this one before, actually. But I did pick Stay as Friends the first time, so I will stay true to my roots here. In fact, that's all of the things that I did. Okay, well, that's all the questions I have. I think that I set the variables right, but bear with me if it's not absolutely perfect. I have to go now. I guess I'll see you in a second, Jawn. The music is, there seems to be no music. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I would be walking into school with Sayuri. But Sayuri isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. Pardon? The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it off to take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I can probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayuri and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Jawn! You're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Yeah, I'm disappointed to see you. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that she has all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that'll be the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayuri with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayuri told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful, knowing that it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all? Probably. You should take a little responsibility for her, Jawn. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Puns. Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But... I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayuri really tell her about it that quickly? I don't know. And how I basically turned down her confession. This is all similar to the end of the original. That makes me seem like a really bad guy here, but I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Another YouTuber said this, but that's not a good mindset to have. It's not very good. Jeez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Huh? Monica's been friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets, yeah. Oh yeah, they really did. I'm going to skip through a little bit of this, because nothing different has really happened. Something like this will help people take the club. Yeah, I thought so too. Flip through the pages. Oh, I don't think I've seen this, actually. It's funny how I say that. Each member's poem is printed neatly printed on the page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognise Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? What is this? Okay. I flipped to Sayuri's poem. It's different to the one that she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Oh, I haven't missed this. I'm still scarred from the original, by the way. Get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. I believe that refers to Monica. But the poem is never actually finished, it just stops moving. Ah, what is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Jawn? What's wrong? Nothing. The poem feels completely different from everything else Sayuri's written. Ooh. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayuri, so, well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself, Monica calls out after me. I quicken my pace. No, this is why am I getting confused? I have seen this before. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayuri. I hope it doesn't give me the scare again. It's not a big deal to wait for her. Yep. Let's go find her. Yes. That's all she needs. That's what I want to give her. I reach Sayuri's house, knock the door. I open the door, let myself in. Sayuri? Heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe she ended up doing this, waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayuri's room, I knock on her door. Sayuri? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I didn't want to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Sayuri? There's a large lump under the covers of Sayuri's bed. Sayuri? Sayuri! Ah! The lump suddenly rises, and the cover's falling away to reveal Sayuri. False. I'm relieved, but I'm not gonna get used to that because I think there's something about this one. Jawn! Is that you? What time is it? Past the time you needed to be up by, dummy. Come on, we gotta go. Monica's waiting for us. Monica's? She looks at me puzzled. The festival? Look at face. Oh shoot! Well, Sayuri starts looking around the room frantically. I'm not ready for this! She quickly moves around the room, picking up through the items strewn everywhere. She finds her uniform and places it gently on the bed before turning back towards me. I don't know if I can handle this today, Jawn. Of course you can, it's just a festival. You've been preparing for this for so long. I know, but I just... Maybe it's a sign that I didn't wake up in time this morning. I really don't think I should go, Jawn. Come on, Sayuri, you're already up anyway, let's go. Sayuri looks at me, tears welling up in the corners of her eyes. I suddenly realise I'm yelling at her. A feeling of guilt washes over me. Am I forgetting what I promised myself? What I promised her? You don't have to worry. I'll be there with you the whole time. But... I don't think I'll be able to read my poem in front of other people, Jawn. It's fine. I'll talk to Monica, and I'm sure she'll be willing to let you skip that part. I told you I was going to help you be happy. But I still need you to trust that I know what's right for you. okay. Plus, you put a lot of work into preparing for this. You should be there when it pays off. I'm sure Monica and the rest of the club would be happy just to see you there supporting them while they read their poems. I guess you're right. Now that you need to get dressed, don't expect me to help you. In a moment, we're outside. I'm glad I went back to wake Sayuri up. Focusing. We good? Yep, 10 minutes. It's a stretch. Ah. Yeah. We step outside the room for a second. You gotta be fine, Sayuri. As long as you're here with me, Jawn. Sayuri cracks a light smile, but I can tell she still doesn't want to be here. I grab her hand and we enter the room together. The room has more people in it than I've ever seen before. A group of desks is assembled in a makeshift table atop, which sits Natsuki's cupcake arrangement. Yuri's banners are hung around the room, from the ceiling and walls. Monica sees us and walks over, a look of relief on her face. Jawn! Thank God, you made it! I was afraid we were going to have to start without you. I'm glad too, I wouldn't want to miss this. Hey, Monica. I pull her by her arm to the corner of the room. I barely got Sayuri to come to the festival and she's really nervous about the poem performances. Is it okay if she doesn't present hers? That should be fine, I guess. You know, Jawn, you're such a great friend to her. I blush. Thanks. Monica stands there for a second, smiling at me before turning back towards the rest of the people. Something didn't feel right there. Okay, everyone. We're about to start, so if everyone could find a seat, then we can begin. I walk over to Sayuri and grab her hand. I lead her over to a group of 4 desks right at the front of the room. We sit down in adjacent set desks, just behind Natsuki and Yuri. I turn my attention back to Monica as the rest of the room settles down. Okay, everyone, I guess I should introduce myself. I am Monica, the president of the Literature Club. At that desk over there is my vice president, Sayuri. Monica points towards Sayuri. She timidly forces a smile and turns around to the rest of the room, giving a little wave. One of the activities we'd like to do in the Literature Club is to write and share poems. You know, these music changes that you're doing... I don't know, you know, something don't feel right every time. Already I'm unsettled. Already. Today we have a selection of poems that our members have written that they will now present for us. To start, I'll be reading my own poem, The Way They Fly. They take flight, soaring over the land, cheerful, comfortable, qualified, able to see the world, yet sightless. They fly with their wings out wide, only to close them in and dive, seemingly going to hit the ground. But still rising once more, they fly with wariness, hiding themselves however they can. Afraid of showing themselves, but opening up to trust. They fly with hesitation, unsure of where they want to go, but once committed, unable to stop themselves. Despite the way they fly, they still fly. While I'm stuck to the ground, a leaf unable to blow away into the wind, a child caught by the arm of her parent, a dog leashed to a pole, not free to spread my wings wide, not free to hide myself, not free to let myself go. That's the way they fly. And I can never do that. Thank you. The room erupts in clapping. That all went down. Why is her eyes still closed? Now Yuri with her poem, After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri stands up, timidly walking to the front of a classroom, her pamphlet in hand. I'm going to try a different voice for her. We're just going to keep experimenting until I find something that works. Damn, I actually do have to clear my throat now. After image of a crimson eye. I see a crimson world, my eyes wide open. A quick glance, but I'm instantly burned. Eyes blinking, mind racing, heart beating. Body pulsing, stomach churning, face tingling. I can't escape it, I can't fight it. It takes hold of me, it controls me, it is me. I feel compulsive. I think repulsive. I act impulsive. I want it. I don't. I do. Yuri pauses. It's receding. It's reality. It's me. I collapse. I breathe. I'm sorry. It's okay. I try to forget. I try to resist. I remember. Permanently stained in my mind. The after image of a crimson eye. Thank you. Wow. The room erupts once more in clapping as Yuri makes her way back to her seat. Elegant. My rendition of elegance. Thank you, Yuri. That was great. Now Natsuki with her poem, Jump. I'm gonna try the aggressive sort of thing. She makes her way to the front of the room before situating herself behind the podium. Ahem. Jump. How do the frogs know how to jump? Who teaches dogs to bark? Who gives the toads their lumps? Whoever it was left their mark. Why do eagles fly? Why do babies cry? Why do humans blunder? Why do we rip our world asunder? The frogs don't wonder. They just jump. Thanks. Room erupts in clapping. That was cute, Natsuki. Thank you. How patronising. Now Jawn with As I Grew Older. I get up, my legs shaking slightly with nervousness as I walk towards the front of the room. I place my pamphlet on the podium, arms slightly to either side of it. Oh, we're going to hear this poem. I was quite interested in this, actually. I lean on it a little bit, realising how many people actually showed up. What if I read it wrong? Will people realise that I didn't actually write this poem? I push the thoughts out of my head. Good. I look over at Sayuri. She's staring back at me with a slight smile that I can tell is genuine. I have to do this for her, for my best friend. I take a deep breath. As I grew older, it was a long time ago, but it was there then, in front of me, bright like a sun, my dream. And then the wall rose slowly, slowly, between me and my dream. Rose until it touched the sky, the wall, shadow. I am black. I lie down in the shadow. No longer the light of my dream before me, above me. Only the thick wall, only the shadow. My hands! My dark hands! Break through the wall! Find my dream! Help me to shatter this darkness, to smash this night, to break this shadow. Into 1,000 lights of sun, into 1,000 whirling dreams of sun! Thank you. I can barely hear the sound of clapping as the adrenaline in my body drowns out the rest of the world. Oh, so that they are clapping, it's just head stuff. How are we doing for time? We're okay. We're okay. Wow, that was really good, Jawn. Thank you. A wave of relief washes over me as I walk back to my seat. As I sit down, Yuri leans over and whispers to me. I really enjoyed your poem, Jawn. Even though it wasn't your usual style, you did a really good job. Thanks, you did well too, Yuri. I turn back towards the front of the room where Monica is once again standing at the podium. I just wanted to thank you all for coming and seeing what we're all about. I hope to see some of you at our next evening. Until then, let's continue to enjoy these lovely cupcakes and tea. The chatter of the busy room return once again as people begin talking to one another. I try to make my way around the room, checking out how things are going with each of the other club members. Monica is near the front of the room trying to sell the club to a few of her popular friends. Natsuki is giving baking tips to a lot of other girls who all seem to be enjoying her cupcakes a lot. Yuri is pouring people tea as they pass by the refreshments table. And Sayuri is busy chatting with a few of her friends from school in the corner. Everyone looks like they're having a lot of fun. Even Sayuri. I'm having a good time. Before I know it, the festival is over and the room is cleared. I'm really proud of you guys. Your presentations were fantastic. Yuri, your posters were really great, and Natsuki, your cupcakes were amazing as always. Don't forget we have a normal club meeting tomorrow, so write a poem to bring. Hopefully we'll have a few new faces there with us. That's all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. The group breaks up and goes their separate ways. Yuri to take down her banners, Natsuki to clean up the cupcakes, and Monica to pick up trash. I walk over to Yuri. Do you need any help? Oh, Jawn, sure. Could you grab the other end of this banner? I want to fold and save it for later. Something doesn't feel right. I'm really nervous. I'm going to die. Never know when you'll need it again, right? As I unhook the edge of the banner from the roll, I walk towards Yuri, holding a single corner. At the same time, she walks towards me. A bit close. You're a little close, Yuri. We meet around the middle, practically chest to chest. She looks into my eyes and I can feel her warmth near me. We stand there for what feels like a long time, but she suddenly moves backwards. Sorry, we should hurry up. We need to get to class. Right. That's adorable! I help her fold the banner in a nice square that she then tucks up inside her backpack. Thanks for your help, Jawn. It's no problem, Yuri. Yuri pauses, flustered. You did a really good job today. You too. Your poem and your posters were both great. I wish we could do this again. I had a lot of fun. Me too. Maybe next year. We stand there for a few seconds staring at each other. We don't want to be late for class though, so we should go. Yuri snaps out of our staring contest. Yeah. We part ways as I head towards the door. I open it and walk down the hallway towards my homeroom. The rest of the day feels like a bore after the events of this morning. But soon enough it's over, and as the bell rings, everyone flies out of class. Something bad's going to happen to Yuri. And I'm gonna get depressed. I wait for Sayuri after school and we walk home together. I didn't tell you yet, Jawn, but in one of my classes, someone came up to me and asked when the literature club meets. That's really great, Sayuri. Do you think we'll have a lot of new members tomorrow? I hope so. It would be nice to have a few new faces. I'm not too thrilled myself about having new members, but she makes a point about new faces. I'll see you tomorrow then, right, Sayuri? Yeah. Sayuri disappears off towards her own house. I should be happy. It seems like Sayuri's having a much better time than she was this morning. But for now, it's time to get started on my next poem. Ooh, interesting. There's a fourth one. Haha. So as usual with these sort of things, what I do, unless I've got a specific purpose or a reason not to do this, I will do it the visceral, raw, natural way. I won't purposely go after anyone. But I think now that we're locked onto Yuri, I think I'm going to perhaps push it towards Yuri a bit more. If we need to change it, we will. But that's the end of this one. I gotta keep these parts fairly short, so, you know, editing. Get out.